fun anymore. I need to go to school because in the school I'll get a dress, I'll get new books, I'll have more friends, I can play. Once he go to school, he said that no, school is boring. Every day I have to go to the same school. I think college would be great fun because there I have more freedom. I can go to movies, I can chill out with friends. He go for that. And once he go to the college, he says, no, I have to study, I have to write exams. Probably if I'll start working, then the life would be much easier, much better. He go to the next phase, and then he get marries, and then he said that no. Life is happy if I get married, I have kids, and that's the fun. But then once he get that, he realized that no. I have to go further. And when he's very old, what he realizes is that all the time which I left, that was much beautiful, much better than today. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that it doesn't matter on which phase of life we have challenges all the time. It changes, the challenges changes over the time. It, they are different, but every time we have challenges. So we cannot avoid that. We cannot avoid all those challenges which come in our life. All what we can do is we can manage those challenges. We can prepare ourselves to fight against those challenges or manage those challenges. And if we are successful in managing the challenges, we lead a happy life. We lead a healthy life. Now, about the topic, we have like in this topic, we have four different topics. The first topic is related to the stress. Second topic is related to the infection. Third topic is about the nutrition, and fourth topic is about the complementary therapies. And a common man, he see that, yeah, I hear every day, newspaper, everywhere, all these topics. But he has little understanding, but he doesn't understand the topic completely. I have grouped them in two different parts. You see that? Two are on the left side, two are on the right side. Left side, they are the problems, and right side, they are the solutions. So that means that nutrition, complementary therapies, they are the solutions and they are our friends. And infection and stress are our enemies. And let's see how we can understand it. Like there are many definitions of stress. And what I found, this definition is very simple and straight, as the non-specific response of the body to any demand for change. That means that we resist a change. Whenever a change occurs in our life, we resist the change because we are used to the current environment, current system. And that gives stress. Stress can be of many type, like physical stress, it can be a trauma, injury, infection, it can be a psychological stress, it can be a psychosocial stress, like the stress in the relationship, social support, isolation, or it can be a psycho-spiritual stress, like the values, meaning of life, like I'm working, I'm making a lot of money, but it doesn't make me happy. So it also brings the stress. But the most important part about the stress is very subjective. Stress for me can be different than to any other person. I tell you one small example. Like a couple of years back, I went to India for a conference with one of my German colleague. It is very common in India to cross the road in between without looking for the traffic or anything. And the principle for it is just go. Doesn't care about the traffic, you just cross the road. So I asked Philip, like, come, let's cross the road. We started crossing the road. In the middle of the road, I crossed it, and he left in the middle. He started screaming like anything. He said that, Vivek, please help me, I'll die here. I said that nothing will happen. I just went back, pulled with his hand and came back. So for me, it was very normal to cross the road. But for him, it was extreme stress situation. So we can say that stress can be subjective. And I cannot measure it, that I cannot say that, no, it's not a stressful situation. A person can get stress in a very common thing. Other important thing is about the stresses, it can be internal. For example, I have a deadline for a project, I'm not able to I'm not able to meet the deadline, then it can bring the internal stress. The stress can be external, like my colleagues are not friendly to me, or I have some other issues, and then we can have some stress situation which are beyond our control. Like we cannot control the situation, like the COVID-19 situation. It's beyond my control. So this is the third type of. This is about the stress. Then the next topic is about the infection. For infection, they say that if any microorganism or external organism he enters our body and causes some harm, it's called infection. Now, every infection is not the same. Infection can be different. Like an infection can be from a bacteria, infection can be from a virus, infection can be from some fungus, or it can be from some parasite. The problem is the treatment for fungus is very different from the treatment of a bacteria or from a virus. Like for a bacteria, we have the antibiotics. For viruses, we have antiviral drugs. For fungus, we have a different drugs. But we cannot treat viral infection from antibiotics, like in the current case of COVID-19, because it's a viral infection and it cannot be treated with antibiotics. So that's why the misconception with the people is that for any kind of infection, we take the antibiotic, it's not going to help. Rather, it's going to harm our body. Then the next concept is about the nutrition. I think Dr. Sonia and Dr. Neetu Singh they are really expert in this field. So I will not go in. I do not require to go much deeper into the topic. Nutrition is the process of taking something, absorbing it, and utilizing the food or the energy or the nutrients with them. So I've tried to explain it with this diagram. You see here in this diagram, we have fibers, we have water, we have macronutrients, which are proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and then we have the micronutrients. They are the different minerals, they are different vitamins. We take them in the form of foods, and our body has to absorb them. Once our body has absorbed them, it utilizes it as a fuel, it utilizes it as a building block, it helps us to protect our body, it also it can be used to help the support the complete system of the body and the wastage. Now if we take a lot of vitamins, minerals, or a lot of things and they are not absorbed in our body, then it's of no use. If we have taken a lot of good food and it is not coming out in the form of waste, that is again a problem. So we have to see that whatever we take that get absorbed by our body, only then it will be useful. Otherwise, it's going to be a wastage and eventually it will create some problem. Finally, the last topic is about the complementary therapies. So I'm sure that in the beginning, Dr. Neetu Singh has already discussed about a lot of complementary therapies. So I just want to give a brief philosophy what the complementary therapies tell us. The first thing is complementary therapies are based on the philosophy that illness occurs when our body is out of balance. Like in the case of Ayurveda, the balance is between the Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. If these three components are not in balance, and if there is an imbalance between these three, then illness occurs. Second aspect is that body can heal itself and maintain health state if given the right conditions. We can correlate it with the environment. Currently, during the COVID time, everywhere there is a lockdown. And during the lockdown, we see that environment has cleaned itself. We have given time to the environment, it healed itself. The rivers are much cleaner, the environment is much cleaner, the smog is much less in Delhi or any other cities. And then I've read the news that in India, like in somewhere in Punjab, they can see the Himalayas now after many years. So this is the second philosophy of this complementary therapies. The third important philosophy is that the whole person should be treated, not just the disease or its symptoms. In the modern medicine, we treat based on the symptoms, but in most of the complementary therapies, they consider the whole body as one system, and the whole system should be treated. That is the root cause. And the next philosophy is that there is no quick fix for it, because healing and balancing takes time. If we want that pollution will go away or the environment will be clean, we cannot do it in a day. It will take a very long time. We have to take different steps, and over the time we'll have a cleaner environment. Then in this philosophy, the most important part is that most of the time the natural products are preferred over the synthetic products. That means the oils or the medicines and everything which we use, we take it from the as it is from the nature, or they are produced from the natural products, not from the synthetic products. If we look at this example, like these are few of the therapies which I found, like Ayurveda, meditation, yoga. These are of course Indian therapies, and then I'm proud of it. People I proud to discuss it with the people here, and then people often ask about Ayurveda, meditation, and yoga. It is getting more and more popular here. Other therapies which are popular in India are the homeopathy, naturopathy, Unani medicines, Reiki, massage, and all these therapies here. And it is mostly, and most of the time, people are confused among these therapies, which a person should follow or which a person should take. And that is the point which I want to bring to the next topic, which is about the interdisciplinary integrated solution. What I said in this, all these therapies is like you can see with these 4 examples. What I try to do with these examples is that you see that there are 4 dimensions to it. One is the nutrition, other one is the infection, the third one is the stress, and fourth one is the complementary therapies. In the first graph, you see that a person is taking high nutritional diet, and he is taking and he is using some complementary therapies, maybe exercise or yoga, or so he is following a life with the Ayurvedic pattern. Then what we see is that his chances of getting infected or having stress is much less. If we come to the second case, here what we see that he's taking a good nutrition, but he's not exercising, or he's not doing some exercise, or he's not doing any yoga. He's just sitting in the office. As a result, what is happening? Everything what he's taking, maybe his body is not absorbing correctly. That means maybe he does not have a lot of stress, but he is more exposed to the infection. In the third case, if we see, that a person is having a moderate diet, like he's going out or he's not taking a very nutritional diet, but he's taking a lot of complementary therapies. Because he's not taking a nutritional diet, he's more open to infection, and he might have a lot of stress, and he'll not be able to deal all those stresses. And finally, in the fourth case, if we see that if a person is taking, like he has increased his nutrition, then his stress is reduced, as well as his infection is also reduced. So with these examples, what we can see is we need an integrated approach. We cannot say that I just follow Reiki. It will help me, but I need to exercise as well. I might need to do a little bit of yoga as well. I might need to follow the Ayurvedic principles as well. Or once in a week, I can go for a massage to get relaxed with, and my metabolic system will start functioning in a much better way. And there are certain risks also, or the misconceptions about these therapies and about this integrated approach. The first risk is like, it's a common misconception in the people that it is very safe to use the complementary therapies. Like, there is no problem with it. But if I take 10 glasses of juice in a day, I might get stomach problem. Although it is natural, but if I take in excess, then it might give a problem. The second issue with all these therapies is about the quality check. Because for a lot of therapies, we do not have the international standards for it. So we cannot check the qualities of these issues. Third issue is about the impurities or the heavy metals. I was reading in one research article about the presence of heavy metals in Chyawanprash or in a lot of Ayurvedic medicines. So this, the person has to take care that if it is coming from the authentic sources, if it is free from heavy metals or any other impurities. Then next point is that everybody thinks that self-care is very easy. I'll read somewhere, some blog, or read a YouTube video, and I can go for it. It's not a problem, but it can bring problems because we doesn't understand the whole system. We only know a small part of that therapy, which is the incomplete or the very little information related to it. Finally, I just want to summarize everything what my understanding says or is that there are variations of it. It can depend on the culture, it can depend on the tradition, it can depend on the region, climate, religion. For example, as a Hindu, I'm a vegetarian. So that means I cannot take the amino acids which are present in meat. Or somebody or some of my colleague who are coming from some extreme regions of Russia. So there in the winters, they do not have anything to eat. Like there are no vegetables, fresh vegetables, no fresh food. So they are dependent on the frozen food or the meat. So it can vary from culture to culture, place to place. So we cannot have a common platform for everything or for everyone. The next point is that expert advice is extremely important. Just by reading somewhere, reading a book, it is not recommended to start these therapies or start working on all those. It is always advisable to go to an expert because he will look at the bigger picture. In the modern medicine, if you have fever, they'll give you a paracetamol. But in complementary therapies or particularly in Ayurveda, it can depend on what type of body I have. If my body is Vata dominated, Pitta dominated, or Kapha dominated. So that means the medicines or the treatment can be different. Then what I consider can be very practically applicable is a modular principle. That means I take small components from different complementary therapies which are available as per my requirement. And the next part is there is no quick fix solution for it. Like we cannot imagine that there is a quick fix solution for it. And finally, it is not symptom based, but a holistic solution is required. That means as I said, like a complete solution. Finally, important is all these therapies or this approach is not a solution. That means that we have a problem, we have solved it, but we have to integrate with it with our life, and it's a management of the problem. And last part is when we are dealing with it, we have to see, are we reacting to it or are we taking proactive measures? And finally, the harmony between the body and the nature is important, and this is the final note from my side. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, then you are free to ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Srivastav. We don't have so much time, so just a query थी मेरे दिमाग में. If you could attend it to please. कि अगर आप while staying in Germany, how do you find कि people, they are common people, what measures they are taking to prevent themselves from this corona pandemic. Common
Corona
people, ji, and what is the difference between, is there any difference what the common people in India are practicing and what the people in Germany are practicing, or they follow the same type of preventive measures we are doing? Just in 1 minute, please, sir.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Ji.
In Germany, we have currently around 170,000 infected people.
Ji.
Out of 170,000, 140,000 people are already cured. So that means actively we have around 20,000 people. And the deaths are around 7,000 people in Germany. A major difference between the way in India, what I see from the news or I heard from my relatives, friends, and everyone, is that people in India are in deep panic. And here we don't see any panic anywhere. So people are relaxed, but they're aware of the situation. They don't see that, oh God, what I have to do, I have to wash hand 20 times a day. Like, people are relaxed. The government has issued some guidelines, like if I use a public transport, if I go to any supermarket, I need to use a mask. Otherwise, I can go out, walk. And so that is one part, the guidelines from the government. Second part is the people are sincere. If government issues any regulation or guideline, people follow it. Nobody runs behind the people that you have to follow it. 90% of the people follow it on their own. And the third important part is the medical infrastructure. Germany has one of the best medical infrastructure in the world. It plays a very important role, I think.
Thank you, Mr. Vivek. What we got from your presentation is that the only awareness, self-awareness and self-precaution can save you from this corona pandemic. Nothing else. That's what. Thank you for sparing your time. Thank you so much, Mr. Srivastava. Now our next speaker is Dr. Dinesh Chandra Sharma from Government Postgraduate College, Badalpur. Dr. Sharma, अगर आप मेरी आवाज सुन रहे हैं? हाँ जी, thank you, Dr. Sharma. Please, we have Dr. Dinesh Chandra Sharma, a recipient of the most prestigious Shiksha Shri Award and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas, leading higher education, especially of Uttar Pradesh, with his innovations in the field of higher education. Sure, Dr. Dinesh ji, please unmute your mic. Kindly unmute.
मेरा माइक ओपन कर दिया. यस, हो गया. मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूं मैम.
ओके.
थैंक यू मैम. और जैसा कि टाइम बहुत तेजी से भाग रहा है, आपका टाइम पहले से डिले हो चुका है. कोशिश की जाए जल्दी से जल्दी हम इसको खत्म करें विद इन 10 मिनट्स. आदरणीय प्राचार्य जी, हमारे चीफ गेस्ट महोदय, वाइस चांसलर सर, जेडी सर, की नोटिस पर स्पीकर डॉक्टर विवेक जी, डॉक्टर सोनिया जी, एंड प्रिंसिपल सर जोशी जी, आरपी यादव सर, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी डॉक्टर नीतू सिंह, and organizing committee other members like Dr. Rafat, Dr. नीति. सबसे पहले आप सभी का धन्यवाद कि आपने मुझे ये समय दिया इसमें बात करने के लिए. जैसा कि आपका टॉपिक है कि जो स्ट्रेस जनरेट हो रहा है, हम उसको कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री ऑल्टरनेट थेरेपी से कैसे काम करें, कैसे काउंटर करें. तो जो मेरा एक मानना है कि स्ट्रेस के डिफरेंट कारक होते हैं, डिफरेंट कारण होते हैं. उन कारणों की वजह से स्ट्रेस होता है और उसमें सबसे बड़ा जो इंपॉर्टेंट कारण है हमारा नेगेटिव नजरिया. जो नेगेटिव नजरिया है हमारा सोचने का, वो बाकी जो कारण है हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाते, लेकिन नेगेटिव जो नजरिया हमारा सोचने का हम उसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. लेकिन उस नेगेटिव नजरिए से न केवल हम अपने आप को स्ट्रेस देते हैं, बल्कि हम दूसरों को भी स्ट्रेस देते हैं. आजकल के समय में जो हमारा समय चल रहा है, जैसे डॉक्टर विवेक जी ने कहा कि वहाँ पैनिक नहीं है, हमारे यहाँ पैनिक है. पैनिक के कारण क्या है कि बहुत सी ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन आती है हमारे पास जिसको कोई सोर्स नहीं है, कोई कहीं से कोई ऑथेंटिक सोर्स नहीं है. उसके बाद उन इंफॉर्मेशन को हमारी व्हाट्सएप यूनिट में स्प्रेड किया जाता है और स्प्रेड होने के बाद वो जो इंफॉर्मेशन होती है एक जबरदस्ती के पैनिक का कारण बन जाती है, जबरदस्ती एक स्ट्रेस देती है. बीइंग ए टीचिंग कम्युनिटी, हमारी ये सबसे पहली मोरल जिम्मेदारी है, मोरल ड्यूटी है कि यदि हम किसी इंफॉर्मेशन को स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं, भेज रहे हैं, किसी दूसरे ग्रुप में भेज रहे हैं, फेसबुक अपडेट कहीं भी अपडेट कर रहे हैं, तो आज के समय में हमारे पास एक ऐसा सोर्स है इंटरनेट, जहां हम ऑथेंटिक साइट से जाके उस इंफॉर्मेशन को वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं, बड़ी आसानी से कर सकते हैं. उसके बाद ही हम पोस्ट करें. तो हमें इस जो स्ट्रेस है, जो नेगेटिव अप्रोच से हमने स्ट्रेस दिया है, उस स्ट्रेस से बचाना है। अब जैसा मेरा टॉपिक है कि मिथ्स एंड फैक्ट के बारे में, थोड़ा सा कोरोना के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं हम। देखिए थोड़ा सा मैं कोविड-19 हम सब जानते हैं, बीइंग ए टीचर थोड़ा सा मैं इसमें एक्सप्लेन करता हूं और इसके मिथ्स की बात करते हैं। कोविड-19 हम एक आरएनए वायरस है बेसिक, जैसे और आरएनए वायरस एचआईवी वायरस है। ये काम कैसे करता है? ये एसी एंजाइम होता है, एस2 एंजाइम होता है हमारे बॉडी के अंदर, जो सर्वाधिक लंग्स में पाया जाता है, हमारे गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल ट्रैक्ट यानी कि हमारी एलिमेंट्री कैनाल में होता है। तो जो ये जो वायरस के जो आप स्पाइक प्रोटीन देख रहे हैं, ये स्पाइक प्रोटीन ACE2 से कनेक्ट होते हैं और कनेक्ट होने के बाद ये हमारी बॉडी में एंटर करता है। यानी हमारी जितनी भी सिस्टम चल रहे हैं, चाहे वैक्सीन या मेडिसिन, हमारे दो टारगेट हैं, या तो हम ACE2 को बचाएं या हम इसके स्पाइक प्रोटीन को प्रोटेक्ट या हाइड कर दें। तो उससे हम इसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। और इसके जो टेस्ट हैं वो हम सब जानते हैं, एक RT-PCR है और एक टेस्ट जो लेके आए थे, जो गवर्नमेंट ने रोक दिया है, कि एंटीबॉडी बेस्ड टेस्ट था। ये एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट के बेस में हमारे यहाँ बहुत इन्फॉर्मेशन चल गई, जबकि ये एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट बेस्ड टेस्ट जो है बेसिक टेस्ट है, और इसका पॉजिटिव होने का मतलब कतई नहीं था कि वो पेशेंट कोविड-19 है। कुछ लोगों के टेस्ट हुए, एंटीबॉडी पॉजिटिव आ गए, जस्ट उनको वो इतना ज्यादा पैनिक स्ट्रेस हो गया सोसाइटी में, जबकि उनका कोविड-19 से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। एक जस्ट फिल्टरिंग का गवर्नमेंट ने तरीका अपनाया था। किसी भी सीवियर इन्फेक्शन के केस में हमारी IgG और IgM चेंज हो जाती हैं, ये नॉर्मल फैक्ट है। गवर्नमेंट ये चाहती थी कि कुछ लोग जो है उनको हम फिल्टर करके, जो सस्पिशियस लोग हैं उनको अलग करें, हम इसको चलाएं। अब एक इस वायरस को जो दिक्कत दे रहा है, या और वायरस के कंपेयर हमें परेशान क्यों कर रहा है हमारी सोसाइटी को, उसका इसका एक कारण, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कारण है कि एक तो ये वायरस एसिम्प्टोटिक है, और इसका जो टेस्ट डेवलप हुए हैं वो टेस्ट भी हमारे 30% फॉल्स नेगेटिव है। कहने का मतलब ये है कि किसी पेशेंट का टेस्ट पॉजिटिव कोविड यानी RT-PCR टेस्ट नेगेटिव भी आ गया, तब भी ये चांस है कि व्यक्ति पॉजिटिव हो। ऐसे इंडिया में भी कई केस देखने को मिले। नोएडा में भी एक फैमिली का केस देखने को मिला कि उस पेशेंट के 2 बार टेस्ट हुए थे, क्योंकि वो फॉरेन एक ऑडिटर के कनेक्ट में आए थे, वहां से बहुत कोरोना फैला। उनके 2 बार टेस्ट, दोनों बार वो नेगेटिव निकले, कि उनकी फैमिली को बाद में चार्क हो गया। तो एक ये फॉल्स नेगेटिव वाला, उसके भी रीजन है, साइंटिफिक रीजन जिसकी वजह से नेगेटिव है। और दूसरा रीजन क्या है, एसिम्प्टोटिक होना इसका, कि ये एसिम्प्टोटिक मतलब 80% लोगों में इसके सिम्प्टोटिक सिम्टम ही नहीं आते हैं कि सिम्टम दिखें। तो जब सिम्टम ही नहीं आते हैं, तो वो सिम्टम जब नहीं आ रहे हैं, तो समस्या ये है कि हम पहचानेंगे कैसे। तो उसका जैसे कहते हैं कि इससे बचने का, जैसे डॉक्टर कुबेर जी ने कहा था कि हम जिस एरिया में जितना ज्यादा टेस्ट करेंगे, हम ये आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं कि उसमें से हम इन सिम्टम को छान सकें, पहचान सकें कि इनमें सिम्टम नहीं आ रहे। ऑल्दो दैट कि 30% यहाँ भी चांसेस हो सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी हम ये कैरियर है एक्चुअली पॉपुलेशन में, ये अनजाने में कोई अनजाने में वो बीमारी को फैला रहे हैं। तीसरी बात आती है हमारी इस वायरस का नेचर, जूजोन्टिक नेचर है, यानी एनिमल ऑरिजिन वायरस है। एक जनरल वायरस हमारे मतलब ह्यूमन को इन्फेक्ट करते हैं। बहुत से वायरस ऐसे हैं जो एनिमल के थ्रू हम में आए, चाहे वो HIV है या बहुत से वायरस आए। अभी तक इस वायरस का सोर्स जो पुरानी थी इसमें सार्स कोवी था, मर्स था जो मिडिल ईस्ट में आया था ये 2015 में, और सार्स जो आजकल हम कह रहे हैं सीवियर एक्यूट रेस्पिरेटरी सिंड्रोम, जिसे कोविड-19 भी कहते हैं, ये आज का वायरस है। जो अभी तक इसका ये सोर्स, ये तो पता है कि बैट में होता है, लेकिन बैट से इंसानों में कैसे आया ये अभी भी डाउटफुल है। बीच का इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट कौन था? तो इसकी वैक्सीन बनाने में एक बड़ा रीजन ये होता है, वैक्सीन डेवलप होती है इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट, यानी ऐसा होस्ट होगा जो आजकल बात के पेंगोलिन हो सकता है, स्नेक हो सकता है, या अभी भी आइडेंटिफाइड नहीं है कि कौन सा होस्ट है इंटरमीडिएट हो, उसकी बात चलेगी। इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट के थ्रू आया है। अब इंटरमीडिएट जब आइडेंटिफाई होगा तभी हम इस पे जा सकते हैं, हम इसको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे। अब हम मिथ्स की बात करते हैं। जो तमाम मिथ्स चल रहे हैं, यानी अवधारणाएं लोगों ने बना दी हैं, जैसे लैब ओरिजिन। इवन कुछ रिनाउंड कंपनी USA प्रेसिडेंट तक, राष्ट्रपति जैसे पद पे बैठे हुए लोग भी ये बात कहते हैं लैब ओरिजिन है, जबकि एक बेसिक बायोलॉजी का स्टूडेंट भी जानता है कि लैब ओरिजिन जितना भी, चाहे जितनी हमारी जेनेटिक मॉडिफाइड क्रॉप हुई है, जितनी बनाई हमने, बैगन बनाए हैं, बहुत से बनाई है, बहुत से एनिमल भी बनाए हमने, बहुत से वायरस भी तैयार किए हैं हमने जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग से, लेकिन कोई भी वायरस, कोई भी ऐसी चीज जो लैब में बनी हुई है, वो सेल्फ प्रोडक्शन नहीं कर सकती, यानी अपनी संख्या नहीं बढ़ा सकती। और ये सेल्फ प्रोडक्शन करके दूसरी होस्ट सेल में जाके अपनी संख्या बढ़ाए। तो इसका ये नहीं है कि ये तो हो सकता है कि म्यूटेशन हुआ किसी कारण से, लैब में केमिकल आओ, लेकिन कोई जानबूझ के ह्यूमन मेड वायरस नहीं हो सकता। एक इसका मिशन है कि एयर में स्प्रेड हो सकता है। गवर्नमेंट ने भी कहेगा, कई गाइडलाइंस में आई है, एयर में स्प्रेड इस ढंग से नहीं हुआ। एयर स्प्रेड क्या होता है? ड्रॉपलेट्स होती हैं, एयर में ड्रॉपलेट होती हैं, ड्रॉपलेट पे बैठ जाता है छोटी छोटी, और वो जो धूल के कण या छोटे ड्रॉपलेट होते हैं, वो जब तक सर्वाइव करेंगे तब तक ये रहता है। इसकी लिमिट है 30 मिनट से लेके 24 घंटे तक अलग अलग चीजों में होती है, लेकिन एयर में 1-2 घंटे से ज्यादा की स्थिति नहीं है। लेकिन क्या है कि अगर कोई स्नीजिंग कर रहा है, खांस रहा है हमारे सामने है, तो वो चीज हवा से उड़ के हमारे तक आ सकती है, जिससे वो हमें इन्फेक्ट कर सकता है। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि जैसे और एयरबॉर्न वायरस होते हैं, चिकन पॉक्स वगैरह, उस ढंग से ये फैलता हो। या चिकन पॉक्स आप जानते हैं, हमारे घरों में चिकन पॉक्स में क्या किया, जब चिकन पॉक्स होती थी तो घी का छौंक लगाना या तेल का छौंक लगाना मना किया था। उसका साइंटिफिक रीजन था कि जब हम छौंक लगाते हैं सब्जी में तेल डाल के, तो बहुत माइनस से ड्रॉपलेट, जो फैट के ड्रॉपलेट है, वो हवा में फैल जाते थे। उन हवा के ड्रॉपलेट के ऊपर ये वायरस स्टेबल हो जाता था, और जो वायरस फैट ड्रॉपलेट पर स्टेबल हो जाता है, उसके हवा में रहने के चांसेस ज्यादा होते हैं। इसलिए चिकन पॉक्स बड़ी आसानी से एयर से फैलती थी। बट ये वायरस एयर से अभी तक इतने राउंड है, एयर से नहीं फैलता। जो एयर स्प्रेड की बात है, वो उतनी देर की बात है जितनी ड्रॉपलेट है। तीसरी एज की, ऐसा नहीं, हर एज ग्रुप का हर व्यक्ति, हर प्रकार का आदमी इसके लिए ससेप्टेबल है, इन्फेक्ट कर सकता है। बस ये है कि जिनको बीमारियां होने के चांसेस ज्यादा है, उनको ये इफेक्ट ज्यादा कर सकता है। विटामिन सी, टर्मरिक, ये तमाम चीजें आ रही हैं। ये जितनी भी हमारी बात होती है, अल्टरनेट न्यूट्रिशन की बात होती है, सारी हमारी इम्यूनिटी को स्ट्रॉन्ग करते हैं। और नेचुरली जब हमारी इम्यूनिटी स्ट्रॉन्ग होगी, तो कोई, चाहे ये वायरस है, कोई और वायरस भी है, हमें इन्फेक्ट नहीं करेगा। तो इम्यूनिटी स्ट्रॉन्ग करने हम इनसे कर सकते हैं, जिससे हम इसको बचा सकते हैं। स्प्रेड बाय पेट्स, पालतू जानवर से नहीं फैलता, कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं है। अभी तक 2 केस आए जिसमें शेर को देखा गया है, लेकिन फैलता कहीं नहीं है। खाने से, न नॉन वेज से, न वेज से, किसी से नहीं फैलता। हाँ, ये है जब हम सब्जी ला रहे हैं तो उसमें धूल के कण हो सकते हैं। उन धूल के कण पे कहीं छींक सब्जी वाले किसी हो सकता है, उस धूल के कण पे थोड़ी बहुत देर सर्वाइव किया वायरस, और वो धूल अगर हमारे तक किसी भी ढंग से हमारे नाक, आंख, मुंह तक पहुंच गई, तो ये फैल सकता है। इसीलिए कहा था सब्जी लाइए, धुल लीजिए उसको। पर सब्जी के अंदर चूंकि ये प्लांट वायरस नहीं है, सब्जी में सर्वाइव नहीं करेगा, लेकिन उस पे जो धूल है उसके थ्रू आ सकता है। एल्कोहल का बड़ा कंसेप्ट है। एल्कोहल, लोग अब जितने सैनिटाइजर एल्कोहल बेस्ड होते हैं। एल्कोहल जब एक बेसिक चीज है, ये जो के हम पीने वाले, उनको कतई नहीं, वो नुकसान नहीं करेगा। लेकिन हाँ, सैनिटाइजर में क्या है, ये वायरस एक डिसइंफेक्टेंट है। वो जब हमारे बाहर बॉडी के सेल को मारा तो हमें भी हार्म कर सकता है। तो एल्कोहल ये डिसइंफेक्टेंट है। टेम्परेचर की हम बात करते हैं। टेम्परेचर से कि टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा ये वायरस कम हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है। टेम्परेचर एक सपोर्टिव रोल है, यानी कि जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा, तो हवा में जो धूल में जो ड्रॉपलेट रहते हैं, वो जल्दी से सूखने के चांसेस बनेंगे, जिससे इसकी स्प्रेडिंग स्लो हो सकती है। पर टेम्परेचर से आसानी, जिस टेम्परेचर खत्म होता है, वो टेम्परेचर रिमाइंडर का हमारा नॉर्मली नहीं होता। लेकिन हाँ, इसके स्प्रेड के चांसेस टेम्परेचर के साथ थोड़े से कम हो जाएंगे। अब एक और मैथ और फैक्ट है जो हमारे अंदर स्ट्रेस जो आजकल आया है, थोड़ा सा इस पर 5 मिनट डिस्कस कर मैं खत्म करता हूँ कि क्या है कि इतना हमारा मिथ और फैक्ट है, जिसके हम टीचर हैं, तो ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन से क्या क्या हो जाएगा और क्या नुकसान होने वाले हैं। जैसे एक बड़ा फैक्ट है, टीचर का रोल खत्म हो जाएगा। सब जानते हैं बिना टीचर एजुकेशन न आज से हजारों साल पहले पॉसिबल, न आज पॉसिबल है, न आगे भविष्य में पॉसिबल होगी। चाहे वो ई कंटेंट है, चाहे वो ऑनलाइन देगा टीचर ही, ये टूल उनको एड ऑन करेंगे। तो ये बिल्कुल गलत अवधारणा है। तो ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन किसी भी ढंग से कभी टीचर को रिप्लेस करने वाली है। आई कांटेक्ट खत्म हो जाएगा। ये अवधारणा बड़ी है कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स आई कांटेक्ट, हम सब अभी बात कर रहे हैं, हम एक दूसरे को देख रहे हैं, एक दूसरे की आईज तक ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं। अगर मेरी स्क्रीन बड़ी है, हम मोबाइल छोटा वो नहीं कर पा रहे होंगे, तो नेचुरल सी बात है, आई कांटेक्ट हम रख सकते हैं। रूरल एरिया का कंसेप्ट आता है। रूरल एरिया में, भाई रूरल एरिया में बच्चे हैं, रूरल एरिया में नहीं होते हैं। लेकिन अगर आपको एक डेटा बताओ, जो मैंने पीछे बगल में लिखा है, आप देखिए, ये करंट डेटा है। ये तो आरोग्य सेतु, जो सिर्फ एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट से लिया गया है, जो आज तक का लगभग 2,70,000 लोगों ने डाउनलोड किया है। इट मीन 2,70,000 स्टूडेंट और टीचर मिला के हमारे होंगे जिनके पास कम से कम एंड्रॉइड फोन है। ये दूसरा क्या है, जो हमारे टीचर्स ने आजकल एक ऑन डाटा कलेक्ट हो रहा है, उसमें ये है कि लगभग हमारे यहाँ से 1 लाख 1.5 लाख के आसपास ई कंटेंट बनाए गए हैं, जो 9 लाख बार डाउनलोड हुए हैं। और 9 लाख बहुत बड़ी संख्या होती है अगर स्टूडेंट से कंपेयर करें। पर डे अगर ऑनलाइन क्लास की बात करें, 2,73,581 कल तक की स्थिति में है कि इतनी क्लासें हमारे प्रदेश में, यूपी का डेटा की बात कर रहा हूँ, कहीं और का नहीं है ये, यूपी में पर डे इतनी क्लासें ली जा रही हैं। और 14,818 और लगभग ये 425 यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेज का डेटा है सिर्फ, जिसमें हमारी स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी सारी हैं, प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी और करीब 300-325 कॉलेज होंगे। इट मीन कि ये पहुंच है, पहुंच रहा है। डिवाइस की बात आती है, फोन और लैपटॉप की, वो यहीं से होता है कि जब ये चीजें इस्तेमाल हो रही हैं, इट मीन पहुंच है। एग्जाम सिक्योरिटी की बात आती है कि भाई एग्जाम आज के समय में आपका जो रूम का एग्जाम में नकल हो सकती है, लेकिन अगर आप ऑथेंटिक डिजिटल एग्जाम लेंगे तो कभी भी नकल पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। इस एग्जाम में इतनी सिक्योरिटी हाई होती है, बशर्ते हम सिस्टमेटिक एग्जाम लें। हैंड राइटिंग का इश्यू आता है, वो बीते जमाने की बात हो गई कि हैंड राइटिंग खत्म हो जाती थी। आजकल जो टेक्निक आ गई है, बिल्कुल हैंड राइटिंग आपको पता नहीं लगता कि हैंड राइटिंग है क्या है। ठीक है, ये लोग कहते थे 100 स्टूडेंट से ज्यादा क्लास में ऑनलाइन क्लास नहीं हो सकती। आप प्रैक्टिकली जानते हैं, मेरे पास 100-200 स्टूडेंट एडमिशन जरूर लेते हैं, लेकिन हम सब जानते हैं कितने बच्चे उनमें क्लास में आ सकते हैं। तो हमें ये देखना है कि भाई जब बच्चे पहले से क्लास में आ रहे हैं तो जितने परसेंट, मान ली मेरे 50% आते हैं, अगर 50 लाइंस में कनेक्ट कर सकूं तो क्या दिक्कत है। हमें इसको अप्रोच को जाना होगा। सोशल पर्सनलिटी टच, आजकल सोशल मीडिया का जमाना है, ज्यादातर हमारा सोशल पर्सन जब पर्सनल लेवल पर उस पर चल रहा है। हम कितने दिन हो गए लोगों से मिले, चिट्ठी पत्री कितना लिखते हैं, हम व्हाट्सअप करते हैं, मैसेज करते हैं। वो जमाने जब हमारे पर्सनल लेवल पर सोशल पर्सनल टच की मेथड बदल गए तो अब बदल जाएंगे। आई साइड, लोग कहते हैं आई साइड बेकार हो जाती है, बार बार कंप्यूटर लैपटॉप देखें। इससे पहले आई साइड लोगों की बेकार नहीं होती थी, आई हॉस्पिटल नहीं थे, गॉगल्स नहीं थे, जब ये लैपटॉप मोबाइल नहीं आए थे। इट मीन देयर आर मेनी फैक्टर व्हिच अफेक्ट द आई साइट। बहुत से कारण है, ये एड ऑन कर सकता है, उसमें एक कारण हो सकता है, लेकिन सोल कारण नहीं है। एक रेस्पॉन्स बना दिया कि यही कारण है। किताबों का रोल आता है, किताबें खत्म हो जाएंगी, डेटा हैक्ड हो जाएगा, बड़ी आसानी से कह दिया जाता है। लेकिन आज के समय में ये क्या है, जो समय कह रहा था नेगेटिव अप्रोच, मतलब हमें बचना है। चाहे वो जूम की हम बात कर रहे थे कि जूम साहब बिना सोचे समझे हमारी टीचर फ्रेंडेंडी ने, हमारे टीचर साथियों ने फैला दिया जूम से डेटा हैक हो जाएगा, जबकि गाइडलाइन MHRD की किसी ने पढ़ने की कोशिश नहीं की कि भाई पढ़ तो लो उसमें क्या लिखा है, क्या हैक होगा, क्यों नहीं होगा। अगर ये हैक होगा तो आप जानते हैं आरोग्य सेतु जो गवर्नमेंट का डेटा है, उसका आपको पता है 40% पार्टनरशिप किसके पास है, चाइना के पास है। तो ऐसा नहीं है, आज के हमारा जो एप्पल फोन है चाइना मेड होता है। बहुत चीजें हैं, डेटा सिक्योरिटी डिपेंड करते हो, डेटा कहीं भी हैक हो सकता है। जब हम घर से बाहर जाते हैं हमारा एक्सीडेंट हो सकता है, डेटा भी हैक हो सकता है। क्योंकि टाइम की लिमिटेशन है, वरना मैं कुछ और बात करना चाहता था। एक लास्ट पॉइंट मैं जरूर कहना चाहूंगा कि हमें आने वाले समय को इस ढंग से लेना है कि हम इस, चाहे वो हमारे जब कॉलेज खुलने वाले हैं तो जो हमारे स्टूडेंट होंगे वो एसिम्प्टोटिक हैं, सबसे ज्यादा इम्यून होते हैं। और जब कॉलेज खुलेंगे तो सबसे ज्यादा चांसेस होगा कि उन बच्चों के साथ ये चीज हो लेकिन पता ही न लगे। तो हमें अपने इंस्टीट्यूट खोलने से पहले, अपने कॉलेज खोलने से पहले इन बातों को बहुत ध्यान रखना होगा। हमें ध्यान रखना होगा कि एडमिशन कैसे हो, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग कैसे मेंटेन हो। जब हमारी क्लासेस चालू हो तो उन क्लासेस में ये मैटर, आप लोगों ने लेटर भी मेरे देखे होंगे, मैंने कई डाले कि हम ये अपनाएं कि हम आधे आधे बच्चे बांट लें, या हम एडमिशन के समय ही उसको एक ऑप्शन ले लें कि भाई कितने लोगों के पास मोबाइल है, जिससे हम बच्चों को कैंपस में आने की संख्या थोड़ी घटाएं। आप एक चीज और भी ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, बहुत से बच्चे कॉलेज आना चाहते हैं लेकिन बहुत से फाइनेंशियल हो सकते हैं, पर्सनल कारण हो सकते हैं, उसकी वजह से कैंपस तक नहीं आ पाते हैं। वो लोग इसको एड ऑन करेंगे। तो अगर आने वाले समय जब हमारे कैंपस खुले, हम ये टारगेट, हम 20% बच्चों को, 25% बच्चों को, 30% को इससे जोड़ के हम एक सपोर्ट एजुकेशन सिस्टम के रूप में लेंगे तो नेचुरली ये चीज अच्छी होंगी। ये स्ट्रेस का कारण कतई नहीं बनना चाहिए कि ये चीजें आ गई, हम पे लाद दी गई, हमारे ऊपर कर दी गई, बल्कि क्या है, ये हमारे सपोर्ट का कारण है कि हमें सपोर्ट के रूप में लेना है इन सब चीजों को। और इतनी बात कहते हुए, चूंकि समय काफी हो रहा है, मैं अपनी बात खत्म करता हूँ। धन्यवाद नीतू मैम। नीतू मैम आपका माइक ऑफ है।
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Dinesh Sharma. We know that you are already occupied in one of the FDPs going in your college. In spite of that, you spared time and you honored us with your presence. Thank you once again with such a enlightening and very positive presentation. Thank you once again. Now we have Professor Chandra Kumari from Vanasthali Vidyapeeth. She is online. Ma'am, we welcome you and kindly start your presentation.
Thank you, Neetu. May I share the screen?
Yes, yes, sure, sure. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Share screen. Zoom cloud meeting screen. Share में आप click कर दो.
Okay, ma'am.
Just a minute.
Now, by that time, let me introduce Professor Chandra Kumari. She has been in Vanasthali. She started her career there in 1998, 99. And since that, she has been in Home Science Department of Vanasthali Vidyapeeth with overall 25 years of teaching experience. And now she is as a professor in Vanasthali Vidyapeeth. And I had the honor of being her student 98-99 when I was doing my master's there, and she was the person who took me to my class when I got appointed as a lecturer in Vanasthali. So she is my guide, my mentor, and I am very fortunate to have her blessings in this webinar. We welcome you, ma'am, with our whole heart. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Neetu. Good morning, all. This is Dr. Chandra from Vanasthali Vidyapeeth, Rajasthan, India. I am very thankful to Dr. Neetu, the organizing secretary of this international webinar, for providing me this opportunity to share my views on this webinar. The topic is stress and lifestyle changes in families. Stress and lifestyle. How to tackle stress and maintain healthy lifestyle. I would like to talk for a couple of minutes on immunity, stress, and lifestyle. Immunity protects us from various infections. It may be from many other sources, and the pandemic attacks such as stress or other issues. Several factors are responsible, as we have been hearing from morning, for the stresses. It may be external environment, it may be internal environment. External environment also includes the lifestyle, the chronic illnesses, the disorders present in human beings. Today's focus being the stress and lifestyle of my conversation. Stress could be defined from various perspectives, we all know. As Dr. Vivek had shared that there may be several complementary therapies. It may be Ayurvedic, it may be, so there are definitions from different perspectives also. Let me take the perspective of mind-body. Mind-body system, we have the limbic system, which controls the emotional stress, the emotional fears, and the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus also controls the pituitary glands and the immune system. Certain amount of stress is also good for our well-being. We call it as eustress, E-U-S-T-R-E-S-S, eustress. It helps us protect us from infections and various pandemic attacks, such as chronic illnesses, resentment, which means bottled up angers. But when under chronic stress, body might secrete cortisol, which suppresses the immunity. Limbic system, which controls pituitary gland, which in turn stimulates the endocrinal glands, might secrete the undesirable hormones, which suppresses the immunity of the person. When locked up or confined in homes for months, then what happens? There are chances of immunity getting suppressed, or there may be chronic illnesses, or the resentment might erupt. Let me connect the topic with the infections broadly and the COVID-19 outbreak in particular. The entire world is grappling with the unprecedented situation, and our country is no different. Keeping the safety of citizens of paramount importance, lockdown started on 24th March 20 in India, and we are experiencing the subsequent lockdowns. It appears uncertainties might increase in times to come. Maybe it is not lockdown, but other sort of uncertainties might worry us. We are currently confined in our homes with our families since the lockdown began. The uncertainties of the situations creates a feeling of fear, confusions, doubts, scaredness, anxiety, or sadness amongst the family members. We should remember these are actually normal in any pandemic situation. Each member may have different reasons behind feelings of stress. Very young children might feel restless, confined to home. Students may have their own problems and worries, their studies, the course completion, the examinations, the competitive exams, the admissions, results declaration, the beginning of the new session. Adults might be anxious of maintaining their family and the health of their family members during this pandemic. Some may worry about financial issues, the daily requirements of their family, meeting their daily needs. Our senior citizens might be conscious of their physical and mental health and other diseases they are bearing. When all the members confined within the four walls of the house, even conflicts may arise. There may be arguments in the family. Many may lack privacy of space, freedom of movement, etc. I won't be surprised if many of you would admit following a poor lifestyle during this lockdown. Many may sit up on the chair or sofa or couch and may not like to get up for the household chores or other activities. Dear participants, stress and lifestyle go hand in hand. I mean, they have a certain degree of correlation. Changing lifestyle, if it is on poorer side, unhealthy foods, no physical activity, no complementary therapies of any sort adopted in life, no proper rest and sleep, no change in such as music or entertainments, and if the person adopts drugs in their life, it has impact on our body, especially the physiology of our body gets disturbed, which in turn it will stress the person a lot and the body's response will change. The human body responds to physical, mental, and emotional pressures. It releases stress hormones such as epinephrine, norepinephrine, and prepares the body for fight or fleeing away from the situation. It may even increase the blood pressure of the person, the heartbeat rate, and even it may raise the blood sugar level. If the stress keeps on accumulating, one might also experience the digestive problems, the fertility problems, the urinary problems, the immune system might get weakened. There may be more chances of infections, whether it is viral or bacterial or fungal or parasitic. It might increase the insomnia, even the anxiety and the depression. What would be the solution then? The urgent need of the hour seems to modify our lifestyles, which would eventually help alleviate or reduce the stress, which in turn will reduce the chances of infection and increase our immunity. WHO has put forth various ways, and time to time awareness is being done how to cope with stress. Maybe through social media connectivity, if we are confined within the four walls of our house. Maybe through digital connectivity, digital media. We may maintain and stick to our daily routine and healthy lifestyle. Say no to smoking, no to alcohol, no to drugs. Even we should rely only on the credible sources of information, maybe the WHO reports, maybe the Ministry of Health reports, and in only the authentic sources. We should spend less time on screen, keep ourselves engaged in the activities we love to do. Secondly, a poor and unorganized life can also lead to total disruption of body physiology and further an imbalance in hormones. Either there may be hypersecretion of the hormones or there may be hyposecretion of the hormones. Excess or deficiency both might be harmful for the human body. The happiness hormones, if secreted in adequate amounts, such as serotonin, that is responsible for calmness, dopamine, a feel-good hormone, oxytocin, the love hormone, and endorphin, the euphoria or the pleasure hormone, can be increased through healthy lifestyle and healthy food and diet. The immune system of human body and mood can get a boost when happiness hormones are secreted in adequate amount, which helps us combat infection of several kinds. I would even be happy to introduce a new theory of well-being which would help us in reducing stress, the PERMA model, PERMA, which induces positivity in the human beings, and it may help reduce the stress in the life of the individual. P stands for positive emotions. One needs to develop positive emotions now in this present situation by remembering good events of the past with gladness and happiness, looking into the future with hope, and enjoy and cherish the present, spending time with the loved ones and keeping busy yourself with the family. E is the engagement. Let us focus on the work we enjoy doing activities. If we do and care for the people we love, let us maintain the flow of the work, of the activity in our day-to-day life and even the relationships. R is a positive relationships. We should try avoiding negative persons with negative thoughts, but instead we should try to develop relationship in the form of positivity. We are social beings. We cannot stay alone. We need someone. We feel good. We feel happy if we share our feelings, our thoughts, our emotions with others. So let us remain connected, maintain the relationships with the people around us, our family members, our friends, our co-workers, our neighbors. Next is meaning in life. If we do something meaningful, which gives us happiness, everybody does for themselves, but we should also care for others. We should do for others. Maybe the neighbor, maybe one who is really very needy, they might need charity, even the professional and the creative goals. If we do some meaningful things daily and take pride in doing that, we feel good. The last element of this new theory or the model is accomplishment. Everybody has the tendency to feel happy when they win. Accomplishment feeling, I did it very well. These are the things which gives the feeling of accomplishment, and it sets a well-being tendency in the human beings. There were several complementary therapies, but practically what even a layman could practice may be aromatherapy, enjoying the aroma you love, such as jasmine or any such pleasant aroma of your choice, which might help relieving stress. Many of us would enjoy this. The spices from our kitchen will also serve as a very good therapeutic value, and it helps because it carries so many nutrients. It has a therapeutic value which might help boosting the positive happiness hormones which help relieve stress. One should practice controlled breathing, like breathing in, holding the breath for some time, counting up to 5 or 6, then breathing out. That again, it should be a controlled breathe out, hold the breaths, count for a few seconds, and then repeat the process again and again for a few minutes. This sort of controlled breathing would also help us relieve stress. To summarize, Let us stay connected with people we love. Cultivate calmness in ourselves. Let us keep calm through engagement in various exercises, physical exercises, or meditation, or yoga. Let us find me time for ourselves. At least we should have 20 minutes of me time so that you can develop the calmness, quietness, even verify or see what you want to do or what you have done during the daytime. You can analyze or realize yourself. Improve the sense of control, especially the resentment, that is the bottled anger. Remain hopeful. Situations will be better. Certainly, it will be better. Remember, we are not born pre-programmed with survival skills. We need to develop survival skills in the form of healthy lifestyles. Let us remember the theory of Charles Darwin, who says, survival of the fittest. Now, at present, we need to adapt healthy lifestyle to reduce and mitigate stress. Only then we would be able to boost our mood, our well-being and immunity and keep the infections at bay. Now, even Darwin Redux presently has said that one who adapts quicker would be the winner, would be the survival, would survive more. Only then we would be able to achieve our goal. Thank you. This was all from my side and over to Neetu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sparing your time. We know you have many much your assignments there. Being a professor in a home science and now your online admissions are going on, as you told me, but in spite of that you spared your time. Thank you once again for such a concise and very practical address to our participants. Thank you once again. Now, dear participants, this first session presentations from a keynote speaker and resource person is already accomplished. Now, rest of the speakers, we will provide them time after the keynote speaker and the resource person of the second session, as we have Professor Om Prakash Singh online with us, and he has some very emergency assignment. So let us have the honor of listening him. Before that, I would like to invite chairperson of our first session, Dr. Avdesh Kumar Jha sir, to deliver the vote of thanks, and then we will continue with our second session. Please, Dr. Jha sir.
जी नमस्कार मैडम. हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी बिल्कुल सर आ रही है.
हाँ, फर्स्ट सेशन जो टेक्निकल सेशन रहा उसमें सभी जो हमारे आवर जो भी गेस्ट थे सारे माननीय जो पेपर आप लोगों ने प्रेजेंट किया, आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. क्योंकि समय ज़्यादा हो गया है, फिर भी एक एक लाइन में मिसेज सोनिया गांधी जी ने न्यूट्रिशन एंड इम्यूनिटी पर बहुत ही अच्छा अपना वो वक्तव्य रखा और मुख्य रूप से आपने फॉल्टी लाइफ स्टाइल पर अपना ध्यान केंद्रित किया. मिस्टर विवेक जो श्रीवास्तव थे, आप जर्मनी से जो लाइफ है, जो चैलेंज है, उसके बारे में आपने विस्तृत जानकारी दी. आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. डॉक्टर दिनेश चंद्र शर्मा जी, आप समय समय पर हम लोगों को संबोधित करते रहते हैं और आप जो आज जो आपका उद्बोधन था वो हम लोगों के लिए बहुत ही चिंता से मुक्त करने वाला रहा और आपने उन समस्याओं का समाधान बताया जिससे सामान्यतः लोग डरते रहते हैं. और प्रोफेसर चंद्रा कुमारी जो कि वनस्थली से अभी बोल के गई हैं, आपने भी अपना जो स्ट्रेस एंड लाइफ स्टाइल चेंज पर रखे विचार बहुत ही आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, मुबारकबाद. धन्यवाद मैडम.
थैंक यू सर फॉर सच अ ब्रीफ एंड कंसाइज वोट ऑफ थैंक्स. हमारे जो सेकंड सेशन के मुख्य अतिथि हैं संयुक्त
हमारे
निदेशक
चश्मा दे दो,
उच्च शिक्षा
हमारे चश्मा दे दो।
प्रोफेसर HP सिंह सर हमारे साथ अभी तक ऑनलाइन थे, लेकिन अभी कोई शासन की अति व्यस्तता होने की वजह
वहाँ
से
पे रखा होगा
अभी
चश्मा।
ऑनलाइन
सुनो
नहीं
सुनो
है।
सुनो,
जैसे ही सर हमारे
वहाँ
साथ
हमारे
कनेक्ट
जहाँ
होंगे,
सोते हैं वहाँ पे
हम
देखो
लोग
एक होगा, जल्दी से ले ऊपर से आओ,
हम लोग सर को
उसमें है रखा
इनवाइट
हुआ,
करते
ऊपर है।
हैं यहाँ पर। और तब तक मैं हमारे सेकंड सेशन के की नोट स्पीकर प्रोफेसर ओम प्रकाश सिंह सर, हेड डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ काया चिकित्सा, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदा, IMS BHU वाराणसी, सर हमारे साथ कनेक्टेड हैं। और मैं सर को का अभिनंदन करती हूँ, स्वागत करती हूँ हमारे इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय वेबिनार में, और विनम्र अनुरोध के साथ सर को आमंत्रित करती हूँ कि वो अपना उद्बोधन, अपना प्रेजेंटेशन से हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को लाभान्वित करें। सर प्लीज।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। Before we start our discussion, rather interaction, I should congratulate the organizers to invite me, to give me the opportunity to share something. And you see, there is a very uncommon situation before the globe, not only for India. And since last 1.5 months, you see, there is a lockdown. But the question is, why such type of situations are coming off and on? Why there is a repetition of such type of situations, such type of rather infections in India, around the globe? If we see the history, you see there is information through the WhatsApp that in every 100 years, starting from 1720, then 1820, 1920, and 2020. So there are such type of, you see, viral infections who invaded the globe, and they were the finally cause of deaths in crores. But the India, you see, our culture is entirely different from you see the other part of the country. The very, you see, the reverse situation is that we the Indians living in inside country, we are not going to even take faith on our literatures. Just before, I am just making the backgrounds just to highlight our sanskar or our literatures, our cultures and all that. When we discuss about the science, so we are no doubt, we are the you see the contemporary scientists. We are not going to believe our literatures. Literatures means the, especially the Vedic literatures, the Upanishad, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata and all that. If we see the history, the Veda, our Vedas, the 4 Vedas, you see, the Veda itself refers with Jnane, with Labhe, with Upaye, and with Satyayam. It means, Veda means science. But when we discuss about the science, about the contemporary science, we always bypass our ancient literatures, which is the most unfortunate part on behalf of India and on behalf of our culture, on behalf of the globe. Because whatever I understood till date, the science means whatever the testable, you see, the explanations and predictions about the universe, that is science. In simple words, if there is a knowledge with the proper, you see, the logistics and proper explanations, that is science. But why we are bypassing the literature which was created or which was written in you see in India, or in Aryabharat, rather we should say, not in India, in Aryabharat, that is the Brihattar Bharat or the Greater India. So you see, the most unfortunate part is that the jnana and vijnana. When we discuss about jnana, jnana means whatever knowledge, whatever things are written in our Vedic literature, we get that knowledge, that is jnana. And vijnana means whatever experience is given by our, you see, the elders, our teachers, our books, that is called vijnana. And for your kind information, you see, if we see the Vigyan word, it has been coined, you see, whatever literature is available 3000 years back, especially the textbook of medicine, you see the Charak Samhita, that is written that prasamyatyo sadhaiya purvo daivo yukti vyapasrayi manaso jnana vijnanam dhairya smita samadhi, means the Vigyan's word has been used for the first time 3000 years back. Why we don't refer that our literatures are scientific? Whether there is a difference between science and Vigyan? I think the answer will be no. Then directly I should come to the our you see the science, that is Ayurveda. As the word refer, it has been united by the two words, the Ayu and Veda, means the knowledge about the life. Not only life, the Ayurvedic science is not only the science of the medicine, rather it is a holistic science. Holistic means the complete science. What is complete science and what is incomplete science? You see, 3000 years back, when the definition of the you see the healthy individual was given in Charak Samhita and Susrut Samhita, they wrote that there are 4 types of Ayu. One is the Hit Ayu, the beneficial life. Another is Ahit Ayu, that is just contrary to the beneficial age. Then Sukh Ayu and Dukh Ayu. So there are 4 types of Ayu: Hitayu, Ahitayu, Sukhayu and Dukhayu. Because the life is the mixture of all 4. Nobody can live with the Hitayu only and nobody can live with the Sukhayu only. So it is a mixture of the, you see the Hitayu, Ahitayu, Sukhayu and Dukhayu. When we discuss about the, you see the health, it has been 200 years back, it was considered even by the, you see the WHO, that you see the life is the, you see the health is the state of physical, mental, then they added social, and ultimately they also added the spiritual well-being, but not merely the absence of the disease. So you see the, now you see we are locked down in our houses. So you see this, even anyway, the social life has been reduced, and there is a information, hygienic information from the government and from the doctors, even from the administration, that we should maintain the social distancing, rather the physical distancing. So if we are going to just reduce one part out of 4, the physical, mental, social and spiritual, the person doesn't become healthy. So again, the health is the physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being. When we take the, you see the spiritual part, in our Vedic literature, there are 4 types of management, including the Dayo Vyapasraya Chikitsa, Yukti Vyapasraya Chikitsa, Sattva Chikitsa. Dayo Vyapasraya Chikitsa means the, you see the spiritual well-being. When we are going to pray the God, or even the Muslims are going to mosque, even the Christian is going to the church. So it is again the part of the health. You see, without the spiritual life, one cannot be healthy. So the person, if the person is astic, then he is healthy. If the person is nastic, Many persons, they are not going to follow the God, even in the terms of energy, or the third, you see, the any power which is governing the universe. They are not going to believe. It is their own faith. But such type of Gnostic people, no doubt, they are not healthy, because they are lacking the one part of the health, that is the spiritual health or spiritual life. So the three things are very much important for the you see, the generation of the diseases. One is our diet, that is called the ahar. Second one, the status of our humors, or the humors means the vata, pitta and kapha, or we can say in the terms of the physiology of the body, you see, the enzymes, the hormones and all that. And third one is, that is called agantuj. Agantuj means from outside. It may be trauma, physical trauma, it may be mental trauma, these may be the, you see, the microbes, that is called in Vedas, these are called the krimi, the micro and macro. Two types of krimis are there, different types of viruses and all that. But when we see, compare, you see, the body and this universe, there is a, you see, very important Sanskrit verse, sloka in literature, ancient literature, that that is called the theory of Loka Purusha Samya, or the theory of equilibrium of an individual and the environment. It means there is a equilibrium between the body, between the individual, between the Homo sapiens or human being, and this environment in the terms of the humors. When we consider the three humors in the body, for example, the vata, pitta and kapha, the representatives of these three humors are also present in the environment, in the cosmos. The representative of, you see, the vayu inside the human body is the blowing wind in the environment or in the cosmos. And again, the pitta, the gastric juices, the hormones and the enzymes. The representative of pitta inside the individual, inside the body, is the, you see, the sun. Without the presence of sun, the life is not possible. And the third one is the kapha, that is the phlegm, or you see, the mucus or something that is aiding our joints and all that. The representative of kapha is present in the universe in the name of moon or chandrama or chandra. So yavanta hi murtimanto bhav vishesha loke tavantah puruse, yavantah puruse tavantah loke, means whatever instincts or whatever humors are present in the human body, all are present in this cosmos, and vice versa. So there is a very good, you see, the principle given in our Vedas, but we are not going to follow those. Nobody is going to follow that, what to be taken, which time. See, there, what we observe, especially in India, if we start from the January to December, you see, there are 12 months. And if we make the pair of 2 months, so there are 6 seasons, what we are observing. And all those are named starting from January, February, March, April, May, June rather, and so on. The Sisir, Basant, Grishma, Varsa, Sarad, Hemant. So there are 6 seasons. And in all the 6 seasons, there are predominance of the humors in each and every season, number one. Second, there are 6 types of taste which are observed by our tongue. What are those? Those are the 6 madhur, amla, lavana, katu, tikta and kasai. You see, the madhur ras means the sweet. Amla ras means the sour things. We will make a detailed discussion later on. Then lavana ras means the salty things. And katu means pungent. Then again, the tikta means the bitter things. and the last one is the Kasai, the astringent. In spite of a very good literature regarding these 6 rasas, you see why our children, why our students are not, able to know about the 6 rasas. If we ask our Indian boy, Indian children, Indian students, the very meager number of these students can reply that there are 6 types of taste. Rather, they will say the 4 types of taste. Anybody will say the 3 types of taste. It means we have such a enriched literature. In spite of that, we are not going to make a transformation or from the for the extension of our knowledge. That is the most unfortunate part on the part of us, especially the teachers. If we discuss about the environment, you see, no doubt the environment means the surroundings, because you see nowadays there is a the different types of environment in each and every family houses. Again, there is a environment of the your district, but nowadays one cannot go from one district to another district. So again, there is a environment of the other districts, environment of the the states, because the different numbers of the COVID-19 are coming from different states, different districts, even the different countries. So you see what happened about these environments, because there are many determinants of the health which are very much related with these environments. Those components are the physical components, the biological components, the social components, and so on. If we see since last 1.5 months, no doubt the COVID-19 has come, and the society has become very much panic, which was very much required also, but panic was not required, but the awareness was required. Still the awareness is required. But in spite of the deaths occurred in the Western countries, the spreading nature of this novel virus COVID-2, and in the way it spreads, especially in China, and came India, and the different states of India, the different districts of India, even the villages. So there was a awareness by the government, by the doctors, by the teachers, by the administration, which was very much required. But why such type of viruses are coming? 25 years back, almost 25 years back, the WHO told that the era is going to be of the lifestyle disorders. But as the 25-30 years is spent, again, where the lifestyle disorders gone? No, the lifestyle disorders are going on, no doubt. We are suffering from the lifestyle disorders, and again the another type of disorder, that is a infective disorder, that is a no doubt it is a viral infection. But this is not new pattern. When we see the history, the 400, 500 or 600 years back, so such type of viral infections are invading the society, and they are very deadly diseases, deadly infections, which are causing a lot of deaths all over the globe. So how to combat such type of infections? We are not going to reduce the load of the lifestyle disorders, because the lifestyle disorders are the disorders which no doubt which came from Western nations. Because when we quote the example of the certain lifestyle disorders, the most important are the the teenage obesity. Our children, the age is 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, and the weight of the the boy or the girl is 80 kg and 100 kg, like that. Then again, the diabetic mellitus, the hypertension, the allergies, different types of allergies. You see the chronic renal failures, the liver, fatty liver or liver disorders, and so on, the cancers. Because if we follow the Indian lifestyle, then we can make a division between the spread of the lifestyle disorders from the Western nations, no doubt. But there is a verse, इतिहास अपने को दोहराता है, that is ontogeny repeats phylogeny. So when we see the kala means time or chakra. So in Vedic literature, it has been written that kalo hinam bhagwan swayambhu, means the time factor is not in the hand of anybody. The time is the great leader, the time is the team leader, and just we are chasing the time. But what will be the direction of time, what will be the amplitude of the time, nobody